Ali ibn Abi Talib, March 17, 599 AD, January 27, 661 AD, was the cousin and son-in-law of the Prophet Muhammad. He was a member of the Al-Bayt, the Prophet's household, one of his companions, and the fourth of the Rashidun Caliphs, the rightly guided Caliphs, according to Sunni Islam. He is also one of the 10 promised paradise and the first of the Shura Imams. He was one of the companions of the cloak. He was born in Mecca, and some accounts say his birth took place inside the Kaaba. His mother was Fatima bint Asad al-Hashimiyya. He converted to Islam before the Hijra migration, being the second or third person to embrace the faith and the first among men. He migrated to Medina 3 days after the Prophet's migration. In Medina, Muhammad established a brotherhood between Ali and himself, and in the second year of the Hijra, he married his daughter, Fatima. Life with the Prophet Muhammad. Ali participated in all of the Prophet's battles except for the Battle of Tabuk, where Muhammad left him in charge of Medina. Known for his strength and skill in combat, he played a crucial role in the Muslim victories in many battles, most notably the Battle of the Trench and the Battle of Khaybar. He was a trusted confidant of the Prophet Muhammad, serving as one of the scribes of the Revelation, Quran, and one of his most important envoys and ministers. Historical and theological differences. There are historical and theological disputes among Islamic sects regarding Ali's status and his relationship with the Prophet's companions. Some believe that God chose him to be the designated successor, Imam, and Caliph of the Muslims, and that Muhammad announced this at the Godar Come sermon. They argue that the selection of Abu Bakr as Caliph violated the Prophet's instructions and that Ali's relationship with some companions was strained. However, others deny this designation and believe that his relationship with the companions was good and stable. This difference in belief about Ali is the core of the ongoing dispute between Sunnis and Shura. Caliphate. Ali was appointed Caliph in the year 35 AH, 656 AD, in Medina. His 5-year, 3-month rule was marked by political instability, but also significant civilizational progress, especially in the new capital, Kufa. Numerous battles occurred due to the strife, which was an extension of the murder of Uthman. This led to the fragmentation of the Muslim community, dividing them into Ali's supporters, who considered him the legitimate caliph, and those who sought vengeance for Uthman's blood, led by Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, whom he fought at the Battle of Siffin, and Aisha bint Abi Bakr, along with Talha ibn Ubayd Allah and Al-Zubair ibn whom he fought in the Battle of the Camel. A group known as the Khawarij also rebelled against Ali, and he defeated them at the Battle of Narawan. Groups who opposed him and his rule, known as the Nawasib, also appeared, with the Khawarij being the most prominent. He was assassinated by Abd al-Rahman ibn Muljam on January 27, 661 AD. Legacy. Ali is renowned among Muslims for his eloquence and wisdom, and many proverbs and poems are attributed to him. He is considered a symbol of courage and strength and is described as just and ascetic in hadith and historical texts. He is also regarded as one of the greatest scholars and jurists of his era, if not the greatest of all, as believed by Shura and some Sunnis, including a number of Sufi sects. Timeline of Ali's life in Mecca 599 AD. Born on the 13th of Rajab, 23 BH, before Hijra, corresponding to March 17, 610 AD. The first revelation was received by the Prophet. 613 AD. Accepted the Prophet's call on the day of the house, according to Shura. 617 to 619 AD. The boycott in the ravine of Abu Talib. 622 AD. The night of the migration, Laylat al-Mabit, in which he slept in the Prophet's bed. In Medina 622 AD. The Hijra to Yathrib, Medina, and the establishment of brotherhood with the Prophet. 623 AD. Married Fatima al-Zahra. 624 AD. Participated in the Battle of Badr, killing many of the leading polytheists. 625 AD. The birth of al-Hasan and his defense of the Prophet during the Battle of Uhud. 626 AD. The birth of al-Husayn. 627 AD. The Battle of the Trench and his killing of Amr ibn Abd Wad. 628 AD. The Treaty of Hudaybiyah and the birth of Zainab. 629 AD. The Battle of Mu'tah. 630 AD. The conquest of Mecca and the Battle of Hunayn. 631 AD. the Mubahala with the Christians of Najran. 632 AD, Ghadarkum, according to Shirai. After the death of the Prophet Muhammad. 632 AD, the Pledge of Allegiance to Abu Bakr at the Saqafa of Banu Sa'ida and the death of Fatima. 644 AD, the assassination of Umar ibn al-Khattab and Ali's participation in the council to select the next caliph. 648 AD, the birth of al-Abbas. His caliphate. 656 AD, the Pledge of Allegiance to Ali and the beginning of the strife. The Battle of the Camel. 657 AD, the transfer of the capital to Kufa and the Battle of Siffin. 658 to 659 AD, the arbitration and the fight against the Khawarij. 660 AD, Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan declares himself caliph. 661 AD, Ali is killed while leading the prayer in the Kufa mosque by the Kharijite Abd al-Rahman ibn Muljam. Birth and early life. Ali was the son of Abu Talib ibn Abd al-Muttalib ibn Hashim, one of the leaders of the Quraysh. His lineage traces back to the Prophet Ishmael, son of Abraham. His mother was Fatima bint Asad, who was the first Hashemite woman to give birth to a Hashemite man. Ali's parents had cared for Muhammad when he was an orphan, so he grew up in their home and was very close to the Prophet. There are conflicting accounts regarding his birth inside the Kaaba. Shirai sources assert that he was the only person born inside the Kaaba, while some Sunni sources mention Hakim ibn Hizam was born there, and others consider the reports weak. When Ali was 5 or 6, Mecca experienced a severe economic hardship. Muhammad and his uncle al-Abbas offered to help Abu Talib by taking one of his sons to raise. Muhammad took Ali, so he grew up in the Prophet's household, accompanying him wherever he went. It is said that even before Islam, Ali was a Hanif and never bowed down to an idol. This is why Muslims often say, "May God honor his face," after mentioning his name. Conversion to Islam. Ali embraced Islam at a young age after Muhammad presented the faith to his relatives from the Banu Hashim. According to some sources, the Prophet gathered his family for a feast and declared that whoever believed in him would be his guardian, successor, and caliph. Only Ali answered the call. This event is known as the Day of the House, or Hadith of the Warning to the Clan. Another account mentions that Ali saw Muhammad and his wife Khadija praying. Muhammad invited him to Islam, and Ali asked for time to consult with his father. He later returned and converted, keeping his conversion a secret from his father. Ali was the first boy to accept Islam. Some, like Ibn Ishaq, consider him the first male convert, while others, like Al-Tabari, credit Abu Bakr, stating that Ali was not yet an adult. The narratives indicate Ali's age at conversion was between 9 and 18. He was also the first person to pray with the Prophet and his wife Khadija after Islam was established. The night of the Hijrah, on the day the Prophet decided to migrate to Yathrib, the leaders of the Quraysh plotted to assassinate him. They gathered a strong young man from each tribe to kill him simultaneously. According to all Muslims, the angel Gabriel warned Muhammad of the plot. The Prophet asked Ali to sleep in his bed, covered with his green cloak, to deceive the conspirators into thinking he was Muhammad. This enabled the Prophet to escape and foiled the plot. This event is known as the Night of Mabit, and Ali is considered the first Fidoi, person who sacrifices himself, in Islam. Life in Medina. The Hijrah. Ali migrated to Medina at the age of 22. According to some sources, he traveled alone, while others say he was accompanied by a group of women, including his mother, Fatima bint Asad, and Fatima bint Muhammad. He joined the Prophet in Quba, and together they proceeded to Medina. Upon their arrival, Muhammad established a brotherhood between the Muhajirin and the Ansar, and he chose Ali as his brother, saying, "You are my brother in this world and the hereafter." Marriage. In the second year of the Hijrah, Muhammad married his daughter Fatima to Ali. It is said that this marriage was commanded by God. Ali paid a dowry of 480 dirhams by selling his camel or a shield. They had several children: Al-Hassan, Al-Husayn, Zainab, Kulthum, and Muzan. The existence and fate of Muzan are a point of historical and sectarian dispute. The Prophet Muhammad declared on multiple occasions, such as in the Hadith of the Cloak, that Ali, Fatima, Al-Hassan, and Al-Husayn were his al-Bayt. Roles. During the Prophet's lifetime, Ali was a trusted figure for Muhammad, serving as a scribe of the Quran. He also acted as an envoy, carrying messages, and inviting tribes to Islam. Muhammad consulted him on many matters, including the incident of the slander. He witnessed the Pledge of Ridwan and was ordered to write the document for the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. He was sent to Yemen to invite tribes to Islam, and the entire Hamdan tribe converted under his guidance. He also served as a judge in Yemen, renowned for his justice and wisdom. At the conquest of Mecca, Muhammad sent Ali to break the idols around the Kaaba. Battles with the Prophet Ali participated in all of the Prophet Muhammad's battles except the Battle of Tabuk. In many of these battles, he was entrusted with the army's banner. He was known for his courage and skill in combat. In the Battle of Badr, he defeated Al-Walid ibn Utbah. During the Battle of the Trench, he killed Amr ibn Wad al-Amiri, one of the most famous Arab knights. In the Battle of Khaybar, he defeated the Jewish champion Marhab. After the Muslim army failed twice to conquer the Jewish fortress, Muhammad said, "I will hand the banner to a man who loves God and his messenger, and whom God and his messenger love, and God will grant victory through him." He then gave the banner to Ali, who led the army to victory. Ali also famously possessed a sword given to him by Muhammad, known as Dichu al-Fakar. Ghadir Qum on the 18th of Dhul Hijjah of the 10th year of the Hijrah. After the Prophet Muhammad had completed the farewell pilgrimage, he stopped at a place called Ghadir Qum and delivered a sermon. Historians agree that the sermon included the phrase, "Of whomsoever I am the Mawla, master/friend, Ali is his Mawla." Sharia sources state that on this day, the Quranic verse was revealed, and they interpret the completion of religion as accepting Ali as the Imam and guardian after the Prophet. Abu Bakr and Umar went there and asserted the right of the Muhajirin to the caliphate. Ultimately, Abu Bakr was chosen as the first caliph. According to some historians, Ali believed he had a greater right to the caliphate. Most Sharia and some contemporary scholars assert that Ali only pledged allegiance reluctantly, and some accounts deny that he pledged allegiance at all. However, Sunni scholars argue that he eventually accepted and supported Abu Bakr's caliphate. There are also conflicting accounts about the relationship between Ali and the caliphs who preceded him. During Abu Bakr's caliphate, Ali continued to hold a significant role during the first caliphate. Abu Bakr consulted him on matters such as the Ridda Wars and the invasion of the Byzantine Empire. However, there are conflicting accounts about Ali's participation in these events. Ali supported his wife Fatima's claim to her father's inheritance, the land of Fadak, which she believed was a gift to her. However, Abu Bakr, citing a hadith, stated that prophets do not leave an inheritance and that whatever they leave behind is charity. Fatima passed away approximately 6 months after the prophet, and she was buried at night in an unknown location. During Umar's caliphate, Ali was appointed as a judge in Medina and was often consulted by Umar on political and legal matters. Ali's advice led Umar to adopt the Hijri calendar. It is narrated that Umar said, "Were it not for Ali, Umar would have perished." During Uthman's caliphate after Umar's death, Ali was a candidate for the caliphate alongside Uthman ibn Affan. When Abd al-Rahman ibn Awf offered the caliphate to Ali on the condition that he follow the Book of God, the Sunnah of his Prophet, and the actions of Abu Bakr and Umar, Ali rejected the last condition. Uthman accepted it, and thus was chosen as the third caliph. Ali was a prominent figure during Uthman's caliphate, often serving as a consultant. However, the relationship between them remains a subject of debate. When the rebellion against Uthman began, Ali acted as a mediator between the rebels and the caliph. He sent his sons, Hassan and Hussein, to protect Uthman's home. The rebellion culminated in Uthman's assassination. Ali's caliphate after Uthman's assassination, Ali was appointed caliph in Medina, receiving the pledge of allegiance from all who were present. He reluctantly accepted the position, fearing a schism among Muslims. He announced that he would rule based on the principles of justice and equality and reclaim all funds that Uthman had given to his family. In the year 36 AH, Ali dismissed the governors appointed by Uthman and appointed his own trusted officials, a move that went against the advice of some companions. The Battle of the Camel. A few months into his caliphate, the Battle of the Camel occurred. His opponents were Talha, al-Zubair, and Aisha, who called for vengeance for Uthman's death. Some historians suggest that their motives were political, as they had previously incited against Uthman and were disappointed that Ali had not appointed them as governors. Ali defeated them, and Talha and al-Zubair were killed. After the battle, Ali moved the capital from Medina to Kufa due to its strategic location and the strong support he had there. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.